Welcome again. Let's now do the factors still affecting enzyme, but factor number 2, let's do the substrate concentration. Substrate concentration. What is a substrate? That is just a raw material in the respiration process. And this one is the substrate is what we take, what we consume within our diet, the food that we take. A substrate can be a starch. Let's speak in general, like carbohydrates. We have proteins. Then even we have the lipids. So those are the substrate that we're speaking about. Let's say you have taken a lipid food that is meat with fats. That is the lipid. Not lipids, sorry, but fats. We have difference between lipids and fats and oils. The fats are solids at room temperature, but the other one is what? So in animals, we speak measure of fats. Those fats now will be broken down by the enzyme lipase. So we are dealing with the substrate concentration, and the curve will just be similar with that of what? That of the enzyme concentration. It will rise, then it becomes constant. So we are speaking here what? Substrate concentration. Then here is still rate of what? Reaction. The rate of reaction. From this point now, you can check still, we make our point A, B, C. Not necessarily A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, anything that you can use. From that point now, you explain from point A. Not from, but at point A. Explain at point A. What is happening at this point A? We are speaking about the substrate concentration. At point A, you can check that substrate concentration is low. So at A, substrate concentration is low, thus low rate of reaction. You get your first mark. That is a free mark. We don't even have to explain that. The second mark is when you have low substrate concentration. How will you explain the other one? This is because now you explain based on the enzyme concentration. Because of few active, the rate of reaction is low. Why are we saying the rate of reaction is low? Because of what? This is because of few active sites of the enzymes. Hope you're getting this one. We're saying few active sites of the enzymes. It's like we're speaking about low enzyme concentration. If we have low, it means with this other low, it means there is no what? Much action of this enzyme. So the third mark does what? Low enzymatic action. Low enzymatic what? Action. Low, because we are saying there is low enzyme concentration, which means it's low active size of the enzyme. That is why we are speaking about, and we have still low substrate concentration. The action of this enzyme to this substrate will be very low. That is it. Then from point B, explain from point B to C. How do you explain from this point, not B to C, but first A to B? A to B. The same story. As you increase your substrate from this point to this point, the rate of reaction, you can see it's increasing rapidly. So it's about what? Increase in substrate concentration leads to rapid increase in the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. you get your mark. As you increase this one, the other one increases. What is it increasing? Rate of reaction, but it's increasing in which manner? Rapidly. Then the second mark will be reason, because of the increase in the active sites of the enzyme. We are saying because of increase in active sites of enzymes, you get your second mark. Thus, increase in enzymatic action. Hope you're learning. You're just explaining. It's just the opposite of what we discussed on the substrate concentration. Then the last is you explain from point B to C. And you can check what has happened. B and C is remaining constant, and you are further increasing. So it's further increase. In substrate concentration. Further increasing what? Substrate concentration. The rate of reaction remains constant. It remains what? Constant. What's the main reason why it's remaining constant? All active sites of the enzyme have been occupied. We use a realistic example. When you take, let's say, a lunch, you are taking some rice. This rice is a carbohydrate. It will be acted by the enzymes, which are like in the mouth, the salivary amylase, at the duodenum. It will be done by the pancreatic still amylase, the amylase enzyme, but pancreatic salivary. So what happens? In those active sites that we are speaking about, we said we have an active site. This point will be already full, and that is why if you continue taking more, it can lead to constipation. So we are saying what here? This is because all the active sites have been occupied by substrate. They have been occupied by the substrate. And because it has been occupied by the substrate, what happens? Enzymatic action. Enzymatic action stops. The enzymatic action what? Stop. The enzymatic action stop. How can we increase from point B? Increase from point B. You do what? Increase enzyme concentration. Increase what? Enzyme concentration. You increase the enzyme concentration. You increase what? Enzyme concentration. That is it. More that we can discuss about this substrate concentration. Thank you very much.